Look at me.
Dodo and Belle's story began when they met as students in Notre Dame. Belle stayed at the nuns' convent with her sisters. When Notre Dame of Norala opened its high school department, Belle moved back to Norala with her siblings to be closer to home. Norala is home for the Garcias. Dodo was born in Troy, New York, since Tatay and Mama met in the States while undergoing specialty training. When they decided to come home for good, Dodo was about 2 years old and Mama was pregnant with me. They chose Mindanao over the bigger cities, initially staying in Tacorong and eventually settling in Marbel in 1962.
You can say that you're leading me
Since we lived behind the hospital, Dodo and I often picked to check on the emergencies that Tatay and Mama attended to. They supported our interests early on. With Dodo, if it was spider time, the entire family would hie off to Matolas at night, armed with flashlights, to look for spiders in the cornfields. As most spider experts know, dalitan gid ang damang nga taga-mais. Tatay and the boys shared a deep love for animals. We had the usual dogs and birds, and the not-so-usual snakes. And what kid from Marbel had not visited the famous crocodile? That crocodile would sometimes escape from its cage, and only Dodo's dog could track it down.
and too much in love.
Daddy and Mommy left Pangasinan looking for a place to raise their growing family. They arrived in Norala with Jimmy and Rocky. Toto, Inday, Belle, Jong, Nene, Carol, Jan, and Cheche were all born in Norala. Friends and classmates enjoyed the camaraderie in the Garcia household. Who can forget Daddy's trademark laugh? They would often gather round the piano to listen to Mommy play. This brood of 10 were known for their good looks and talent, and would often grace the stage to dance and sing in school activities. Belle would eventually become Miss United Way South Cotabato and even grace the cover of a national magazine.
Knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove, I'm too misty and too much in love.
When Belle went back to Norala, Dodo would drive the family car every weekend to visit her. In those days, it took 1.5 hours to get to Norala via the Barrio Dos road. Dodo eventually went to study at De La Salle University in Bacolod and later at the Ateneo de Davao, while Belle went to St. Paul's, Manila. Dodo became a frequent visitor at the Garcia apartment in Camuning. When in Davao, he kept the phone lines burning and racked astronomical phone bills amounting to as much as 3,000 pesos, which was huge for that time. Belle would complain that she would rather receive letters. Dodo was not the type to write and would often ask me what to write about in his letters and buy cards for Belle. When they were home for vacations, they were inseparable. It was an early marriage.
Here we stand today, like we always dreamed, starting out our life together.
Dodo and Belle got married at the St. Anthony's Cathedral. I was maid of honor while our brother Alex was Dodo's best man. Nang Del Aguirre made the wedding cake, while the late Adring Bugante decorated the church and also took charge of the reception at the Pingoy residence.
So don't act surprised if the feeling starts to carry me
was given the nickname Mutya by Lolo Tatay. She was Belle's constant bus companion when they visited Dodo in Davao while he was still in medical school. Ana Katrina or Tintin followed after 4 years. When Tintin was about 2 years old, Belle and Dodo lived briefly in Norala with Mutya and Tintin, where Dodo went into private practice. Aurora May was born in May and named after Mommy who had just passed away. I called her Blue because Belle and I have been buying blue-colored baby clothes as we were expecting a boy. Ampie Hillary was named after Lola Ampie and Lolo Bo. Dodo called her Larry Bird after Daddy and Bird because of his fondness for birds or fighting cocks. It was a play on Larry Bird's name, Boston Celtic forward, who was a family favorite.
Through your nights, I will shelter you. I'm forever here to chase your fears away.
I was 19 years old when Daddy and Mommy celebrated their silver wedding anniversary and 23 years old when Tatay and Mama celebrated theirs. I remembered asking how people stayed married that long. I was too young then to have the answers, but looking back at Dodo and Belle's married life, I realized many things. I remember that it was not easy on Belle as she had to stay in Marbel with the two girls while Dodo studied in Davao. But she made friends with all the cousins and was very close to Bobot, who was the only one left home at that time. Dodo and Belle shared many interests and always went around with each other. Once they were very much into bowling and were active members of Sokoba. Now it's badminton. While Belle does not particularly share Dodo's legendary love of fighting cocks, she enjoys watching the entries fight until the wee hours of the morning. Belle's brothers are cockfighting aficionados as well, and Rocky would even fly in from Manila to join Dodo's annual January Derby. Life in politics is not easy and can take its toll on the unwilling wife. But when Dodo started in politics, Belle surprised many people with her enthusiasm and diligence on the campaign trail. She would muster the 4 girls on daily schedules during the entire campaign period in support of Dodo. Long after the others have rested, she would stay on to watch the canvassing just to make sure that all Dodo's votes were counted. Both their families are large, closely knit, and emphasize family loyalty over and above anything else. Through all the years, the triumph and the tears were all taken in stride because of the family support.
Leave it all behind, I wonder why.
Why did you go away? You left me all alone, no words can...
There are so many things I can talk to you about Dodo and Belle, but I guess the best proof of a successful marriage is how the kids turn out. After 25 years, Mutya is a full-fledged dentist. Tintin will be entering medical school in June. Blue will be graduating from high school in 2007, and Bird will be in 6th grade. More importantly, in spite of all these blessings, they've remained grounded, respectful, and well-liked.
Now I know we can have it all forever.
Each night I pray that we can be together once again.
We've seen the past 25 years. So Belle, Do, for the next 25 years, we wish you Godspeed and God bless.